So I responded to this email from like the manager of Ray White and Annerly, and I was like, "Yo, let's book an interview. I really want to show you my qualifications for the role." And he was like, "All right, come over maybe this evening, 4 o'clock." And I was like, "All right, let's go." And so I went over, and the manager was there waiting for me. And so I went in, and he was like, and we sat down, and he was like, "All right, tell me about yourself." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, my name's Kenny Young. I have a bachelor's degree in international tourism and hotel management, and I developed a lot of skills in hotel management and tourism, and but decided to transfer these skills into real estate." And he was like, "All right, tell me about your career aspirations." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, my career aspirations is definitely becoming a principal of my own real estate business. And I'm going to get my principal's license this month in 26th of May. And so I'm so excited to become a principal in the next 5 to 10 years." And he was like, "All right, so do you have experience in sales?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I want to tell you about this story." Like, I was working in the office in NY Property Group, and bro, the manager was like stressing out, bro, because like there are like so many like leads on like this house that we were selling, 93 Deodore Street, man. And man, he was stressing out because like he couldn't be sure that he was picking the right buyer unless we contacted all these leads. And the manager was ready to give up. He was like, all right, maybe we can't contact all these leads. Maybe I should just settle with this one buyer that I think is kind of reliable. And I was like, "No, no, homie, I'm gonna contact all these leads today, and I'm gonna tell you who I think is the best buyer." And he was like, "Are you sure? There's a lot of leads." And it's kind of nerve wracking, talking to all these people that you don't know. And I was like, "Homie, I want to develop my sales experience, and if this is what I gotta do to be good in sales and eventually start my own real estate company, then that's what I'm gonna do." And so, homie logged me into Vault RE, and there was like a ton of these phone numbers that were like strangers that I didn't even know. And I was like, "All right, let's get right into it." So I was calling all these numbers, and the people were kind of rude, bro, because they they inquired about the property, and then they just called me some kind of greedy salesperson trying to con them. And it was kind of demotivating. And I thought about giving up, but I thought about my purpose. My purpose is to become a real estate business owner in the next 10 years. And I thought I had to do this. And so I kept going. And I finally started to meet some really nice people over the phone. And I came across this one buyer. He was such a nice man. And I asked him, all right, if you buy this house, where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing after buying this house? And he was like, oh, I'm gonna ask I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend, and we're gonna get married and move in together. And I was like, wow, this is such a touching story, and I want to be part of this story. All right, so I'm gonna get you this house, and I'm gonna recommend like the best places to propose to your girlfriend and the best venues. So I recommended him to this fine dining restaurant, and bro, I recommend that he put the wedding ring in his girlfriend's champagne, and when she sees the ring in her champagne, she's gonna be so shocked beyond belief, bro. And bro, that man was actually wasn't very sure about our brand, but when I recommended, when he saw that I was going above and beyond the expectations, I wasn't just selling him a house, I was selling him professional advice on how to make the best impression when you're proposing to your girlfriend. And as you can see, as you can see, to me, sales isn't just a job. It's also a way of like bringing goodness into the world and delivering more than the customer asked for. And I could be that guy in your company. And the man, the man was so impressed. He was like, man, we get a lot of applicants here and they just say, oh, I could sell a house to anyone. I could sell a house to anyone, but no one has been going beyond that, no one's going beyond just selling that house. And I'm so impressed with you, and we actually got I actually got like 5 more interviews today, and then I can decide, but I think things are looking really good for you, homie. And I was like, all right, I'm glad I could make that impression, and I'm glad I could show my worth to you, homie. And so I'll be seeing you later. And so, boys, as you can tell, I could be the best at doing these job interviews. And if you follow all the advice that you learned in this video, then you could get any job that you want, homie. And that's all I got for the video. Goodbye.